What's going on, beautiful people? Man, the WNBA season is here doing this May 1st, 7 days away from the start of the WNBA season. And this is the first of many, many, many pieces of content to go out there to the covering this year's season. So what we are talking about today is the great appetizer, hopefully, for what's to be expected for this upcoming season with Paige Beckers and Caitlin Clark going up against each other in the preseason here recently. The Dallas Wings won that game 95-18. And what's crazy about them winning that game is that the lines on that game had what you call was like -2, maybe even three. Maybe -3 may have been a stretch because it's the preseason and you can't necessarily predict who's going to play what minutes. But Dallas Wings won this game nonetheless. Hopefully for the Dallas Wings' sake, this is not these aren't the only games that they'll win the rest of the season. definitely, definitely a shot at the Dallas Wings, and knowing that the Connecticut Sun are expected to soon be after this season or at the next season to be the Houston Comets, I will be taking shots at the Dallas Wings um until they are no longer in the state of Texas, because when the Houston Comets return, there will only be enough space in the state of Texas for one WNBA team, and that is to be the greatest WNBA team in WNBA history, that being the Houston Comets. So, Dallas fans, know in advance, I do not like y'all and I do not like that team. And if you don't like me for that, then I guess we have something mutual. We don't like each other. But yo, so my first overreaction, hot take, if you will, for the WNBA season, and I'm getting all of this information solely from this one preseason game, hence it being an overreaction, but I do not think it is that far fetched. What is that exaggeration? What is that hot take? It is this. I am predicting that Paige Beckers will lead the league in scoring this season as a in her sophomore season. I don't know who would find that crazy, but I think Paige is getting better. I think she's gotten better coming off of last season. I believe 1010% that this is her team. I do not believe this is a 1A, 1B, her sharing the team with Arike Ogunbowale. And this is Paige's team, bro. If you look at the numbers, right? Last season, Paige averaged 15 shots a game, averaged 19 points a game on those 15 shots a game, and she only played 33 minutes. Granted, you could argue that Paige could have or would have played more had a lot of those games that they played been closer. Obviously, we know the Dallas Wings were absolutely trash last year. They were 10-34, and in the year before that, they were 9-31. But here's the thing: you get Paige, you get one game better. Now you get another number one overall draft pick at Ozzie Fudd. Ozzie Fudd, I don't know if everybody else will, but I will judge and critique her game accordingly, being a number one overall draft pick. So Paige has said it, the Dallas Wings have said it. They picked her because of what she brings and what they believe she could do for the team. Has nothing to do with their relationship and all that good stuff, which is perfectly fine. I will be judging Ozzie Fudd according to her being a number one overall draft pick. I will be interested to see how her game translates. Me personally, I think Ozzie Fudd could be a great catch and shoot scorer. I don't think she got a bag like that for real. She may develop it, but I don't think currently as her game is constructed and her going into the W, I don't believe she really got a bag like that. So the league is full of elite defenders. So I don't necessarily see her putting the ball down, having to put the ball down on the floor and cook up nothing. So that's why I say right now I see a ceiling for her being potentially a really good catch and shoot threat, which I don't know if that's what you want. Which I would like to believe you would want more than that in your number one overall draft pick. But let's give Ozzy Fudd time to mature and grow and see what her game develops into and see how well she looks in her rookie season. But man, yeah, getting back to this preseason game, Caitlin Clark, Paige Beckers, they was going back and forth. You got Paige who gave you 20 points in 20 minutes. So she averaging a bucket. She's averaging a bucket per minute, right? Then Caitlin Clark, she gives you 21 in 16 minutes, going 4 or 6 from the field. She got 11 free throws. I wonder if Caitlin is intentionally trying to incorporate getting those foul calls. Is she incorporating that like James Harden effect into her game, like being able to like get easy buckets when the three ball not falling? So that'll be something interesting to look into. But but yes, I believe Paige Beckers has the ability and to lead this league in scoring. So last season, Asia led the lead in scoring. She led the league in scoring, averaging 23 a game. I think Paige is going to average well over 19 points a game this season. She's going to average well over 19, barring injury and like all of that stuff. And again, hopefully they can make these games a lot more competitive than they did last year. And she could play in games for in a long and a elongated period of time, and she not having to sit out fourth quarters because they getting beat horrifically. Paige Beckers can lead the league in scoring in just her second year. Averaging 15 shots a game last season, I think that takes a bump up to maybe 20 shots a game. Paige, she can score from the three. She got the mid range. She can get to the hoop. She can score in transition. So I don't think it's far fetched to look up and be like, damn, Paige averaging 24, 25 a game. And so it's just like, okay, and you ask yourself this question: who is she competing against, right? Who are you competing against in terms of being able to lead this league in scoring? Like I said, last season, Asia averaged 23. I think the Aces are going to come out red hot. I think that slow start they had last year is probably been reinforced and constantly they've been constantly reminded about it in this offseason. So they're going to come out clicking on all cylinders. And also I think I think with them having the addition of Kennedy Carter, I think that's going to take a lot of pressure off of Asia having to hold down the fort from a scoring standpoint. So I don't think Asia will be in a position where every bucket she scores is going to always be needed. I think having Kennedy Carter getting some production off the bench is going to help out a lot. I mean, you still got, Jackie Young and your Chelsea Gray. So I think Asia, I would like to believe Asia would her production would scale back just in terms of we don't need her to have to like exhaust every single possession of her wheel to make sure we win a game. I would like to believe the Aces will be a better cohesive team that takes pressure off of Asia having to make every single play on the offensive end. So next, you have last season, Nafisha Collier. Nafisha Collier, she averaged 23 points a game, and she only played 32 minutes. Obviously, they were with the top seed last season, and Nafisha Collier, that playoff series last season, I really, really kind of I just yeah, I don't I am disgusted at how that playoff series ended for Nafisha Collier and the Lynx, especially considering Nafisha Collier had the MVP in the bag and Asia literally came and stole it from her. And then you look forward to, okay, well, you got the MVP stolen from you. Surely that's enough for you to be pissed off and you come in the playoffs and wreck shop. Yeah, for them to get upset by the Phoenix Mercury, utterly ridiculous. I know she had the Achilles tear, I believe it was, or ankle. I'm gonna say Achilles. I can't remember, but I would assume that she's back doing well. I'm not sure if she's listed to play. I believe. Hold on, let me double check that. I don't want to just say an Achilles tear. What was Nafisha Collier's injury? I could be just on here lying to y'all, beautiful people. Okay, yeah, she had ankle surgery. Yeah, she had left ankle surgery. So it was her ankle, not her Achilles. Forgive me for lying to y'all. It was her ankle. She had ankle surgery. Um, I'm not sure she's expected to play tonight. The Lynx play a preseason game tonight versus the Tempo, and I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure yet if she's expected to play, but um. Nafisha Collier, she's efficient from the field. She's efficient from the field for sure. Um, so I don't know if she'll necessarily regress. I know the team has gotten broken up, the stud bud, so we'll have to see for Nafisha Collier. They got to take a look at the Lynx roster and see exactly like what is the makeup of their team, and if Nafisha Collier is going to need to put her cape on every single night. Kelsey Mitchell last season she averaged 20. She had the third highest scoring points per game scoring average. Kelsey Mitchell averaging 20, playing alongside Caitlin Clark, and then you got uh, Kelsey Plum for the Sparks, who averaged 19 points, playing 35 minutes a game. And Kelsey Mitchell, going back to Kelsey Mitchell real quick, Indiana, they were great for a great portion of the season. There was some injuries and, just trying to fight through that and figure that out. But Kelsey Mitchell is somebody with Caitlin Clark. We don't always need your 20 ball because we know how quickly Caitlin can run off. We know how quick Aaliyah Boston can get in the zone. So I don't know. Uh, because of the usage rate, when you compare Mitchell's usage rate compared to a Paige Becker's, I would like to believe Paige would be in a better position to average more points per game than Kelsey Mitchell. And then, like I said, fourth for the Sparks, you had Kelsey Plum, and so and fifth of last season, who led the league in scoring with the fifth most points per game, was Paige at 19 on 33 minutes per game. And again, 14 shots a game, 15 shots a game. Um, I think Paige is probably going to have the highest usage rate in the season compared to maybe Asia, because Asia still no, she's probably going to have the highest usage rate next to the Don Dada, that being uh Alyssa Thomas, AT. Paige Beckers and Alyssa Thomas are probably going to have the highest usage rate in the league. And because we know that Alyssa Thomas is not like an elite scorer in no way, Paige Beckers could easily, and once the season start, it may not even seem like a hot take, but I'm just getting it out there now after watching this preseason game. Again, call it a overreaction if you will, but yeah, man, Paige Beckers could very well easily, and I'm gonna stamp it and say she's gonna lead the league in scoring this season. Because of the usage rate, this is her team. This is not Enrique's team anymore. And had they not already signed Enrique to a 2-year deal for over $1 million, a little bit over 1 million, had they not already signed her, I would be up to believing that Enrique should be looking for somewhere else to go. Right, coming into her eighth season, it is, I believe. I would feel like Enrique want to go somewhere and win, but they just gave her $1 million. I'm not sure how that works on the books in terms of her looking for a trade elsewhere with the salary cap around the league, but all that aside, this is 1010% Paige Becker's team. I think the league wants to look to make her a face of the league alongside Caitlin Clark, and there's no way you could not be no way is there's no way you could be the face of the league and not have your own team. Enrique, step aside. This is no longer your team. Paige is there. Paige girlfriend is also there. So I would be again, if not for not necessarily fully knowing yet how the salary cap aligns and who could try to make a trade to get Enrique. Enrique should be on her way out of Dallas in so many ways, I believe. But yeah, trying to be before y'all for a good time, not a long time. Tap in, make sure y'all hit that follow and subscribe button. Gonna be giving y'all these clips every single day, whether it's WNBA or other content going on around the league, around sports. Love you, beautiful people. I'll catch you on the next clip.